very much. Good afternoon. Welcome to the county's Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission's annual awards ceremony. We're very pleased that you're able to join us today. At this time, I would like to ask my colleague, Commissioner Paul Parker, to join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. May I ask you all to please stand as we offer a moment of silence to honor the memory of RSO Deputy Bert Harris, who tragically lost his life last week while in an on-duty accident. We honor his memory, and we certainly think about our brothers and sisters at RSO as they've dealt with unspeakable tragedy for the last several months. We honor them with today's program. At the conclusion of the pledge, may I ask that you remain standing for our national anthem. Paul?
Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good afternoon again. Welcome to each of you, especially the county and local dignitaries that have chosen to join us today. Unfortunately, I didn't get a complete list before I was able to come out, so if you would take that as a blanket welcome, please. My name is Chris Collopy, and I'm honored to serve as the chairman of the JJDPC. The commission celebrates its 56th anniversary this year after its initiation in Riverside County in 1967. You should know that the mission of the JJDPC is to assure the highest standards of care and services for youth within the juvenile justice system and to engage in activities designed to prevent juvenile delinquency by coordinating on a countywide basis with all of you. The JJDPC is dedicated to the promotion of an effective juvenile justice system operated in an environment of credibility, dignity, fairness, and respect for the youth of the county. In the last several years, the Commission has expanded its profile to include identifying factors that can lead to juvenile delinquency. In so doing, we have marshaled our cross-functional partners in agencies throughout the county to ensure that we collectively focus on solutions to mitigate the proliferation of school violence, the fentanyl crisis, in-school and social media bullying, and human trafficking. Our mission would not be possible without a dedicated group of commissioners, all of whom serve on a voluntary basis, giving up hundreds of hours annually to our efforts in all corners of the county. It is my privilege to serve alongside these men and women, and I'd like to introduce them to you. Michael Malsed is our vice chair. Tiara Bowen Tremblay is our secretary. Laurel Cook serves on our executive committee. Sounds like Laurel stacked the house again. Dr. Charles Tremblay. Pam Torres. And Paul Parker. The commission is appointed by the presiding judge of the juvenile court, with whom we are very proud to have a collaborative and forward-thinking relationship. It is now my deep honor and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, the Honorable Mark E. Peterson, presiding judge of the juvenile court, who came back from his vacation to attend this today. We're very grateful to have you with us, Judge.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Chris, for the invitation today. It's very special to be here and join you all in this award ceremony. I've attended this before, and it's a pleasure to be back again. So thank you again for honoring me by inviting me here today. First of all, what I want to do is I wanted to thank you, and I join with you in recognizing the various individuals and entities that will be receiving awards today. We're receiving recognition for their hard work and the accomplishments as they work tirelessly on behalf of the youth here in Riverside County. The Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission is tasked with the responsibility, as Chris just pointed out, with assuring the highest standards of care and services are provided to our youth within the juvenile justice system. Further, this committee is also tasked with coordinating on a countywide basis the engagement of community agencies in providing these services. A little bit of history about the JJDPC. It does arise out of the Delinquency Prevention Commission that was established under Welfare and Institutions Code Section 233. And back in 1967, the Riverside County Board of Supervisors, whose nice room we are in right now, ordained the Juvenile Justice Commission to be designated as the Delinquency Prevention Commission, and thereafter is known as the Riverside County Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission. Juvenile law is a very unique and different area of law, far different than, shall we say, adult law or criminal law, in that the commissions that we have here that we work with work towards rehabilitation of the youth. Something very special and near and dear to my heart, because the youth are our future. They are who we are relying upon to make this a better community, and they are the folks that are going to be working into the future for this nation. And so we have a special responsibility to our youth, and that responsibility is to provide rehabilitation and to steer them in the right direction. And so this commission is part of that, and that's again why I'm very excited to be here today to join with you in celebrating those that have worked extra hard and put in extra hours towards helping our youth to become very successful in society. In fact, starting in 2017, I began my journey into the juvenile justice world. So not too long ago, maybe 6 years or so, but I've seen substantial changes over the years. The laws have really changed a lot towards rehabilitation. We are going out of our way to provide better efforts, to provide better services, to provide better programs for our youth, to help our youth make better decisions. There is punishment, obviously, that happens on occasion, but I do like the effort we are making as a society to bring back rehabilitation for our youth, because if it works out, it's really a great thing. In fact, just to kind of go on the side note here, I saw, and I'm going to throw a shout out here, we have a youth that's going to receive an award today. She's been in my courtroom in the past. It was just really a pleasure for me to see her name on the program today. And so I'm very excited to see her get her award a little bit later this afternoon. But additional services that are provided by the committee have included yearly inspections of our public and private institutions that serve our youth. So whenever a youth is detained in any type of facility, even if it's for one night, we are required by law to inspect those facilities to make sure that they reach the highest standards, that they are providing the appropriate care for our youth. And so this agency helps me by doing those inspections. I could not do that job without them. I inspect maybe 3 facilities a year. I think they have inspected close to 20 in the last 3 years. And so they go down there, they take their time as volunteers, they make the arrangements to go visit the facility, they inspect it, and they make sure that it, again, assures the highest standards of care for our youth, and they have to write a report, and they submit that to the appropriate authorities. And so, again, I want to thank the JJDPC for all that they do in that regard, because it helps me tremendously, and so that is an excellent thing. Today, several individuals will be recognized for their hard work and dedication. I do want to say in advance, because I don't want to spoil it or give out all the names at this time, but I do want to say in advance, thank you all very much for those of you that are receiving your awards today. So whether you receive your award today, next year, or the year after that, congratulations to each and every one of you, because you are well-deserved in receiving this recognition. And so I join you in that. And I've looked at the list, and it's quite an impressive list of folks that are receiving awards today. To ensure that our youth are successful, it does take a lot of innovation, planning, and implementation of services by individuals such as yourself. It takes folks that are willing to go the extra mile and above the call of duty. And so for that, I congratulate each and every one of you. In my line of work, I do have the opportunity and the distinct pleasure to meet many wonderful and dedicated individuals that day in and day out work towards making a youth's life better and the dreams that they have achievable. And it is truly rewarding to be a part of what you do. I have personally observed in my courtroom youth that have made good choices and turned their lives around with the help of good people like you and the organizations that are providing that. Thank you for not giving up on them. Thank you for continuing to work very hard for them and providing them opportunities, advice, guidance, and mentorship until the very end. It really is amazing to see success stories in the courtroom when they present themselves. And so it's really an honor to see that. And I know all the work that went behind it, because the court isn't necessarily providing all that work. I'm more of an oversight, and I just kind of monitor their progress. And at the end of the day, I get to congratulate them for all the work that you put in. So again, thank you for that. I did want to thank personally all of the current JJDPC commissioners. Thank you, Chris, for introducing them by name earlier. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for your hard work. The court truly does appreciate the hours that you put in. We know what you're doing behind the scenes, and we thank you for that very much. So again, I join in recognizing you here this morning, or this afternoon. As I begin to conclude my comments, I know that after speaking with Chris and the JJDPC earlier, they have many plans in the works for the years ahead and for the immediate future. They're going to work to assist our youth in eliminating the negative elements in their lives, elements that can often lead to delinquent behavior. Their school attendance obviously is a big issue. Some of the other areas they don't always talk about, human trafficking, school-related violence, and bullying are just a few of the areas that we really need to tackle. These are areas that we need to focus on and be committed to resolving how we can solve these problems, because they affect our kids and they affect our youth on a daily basis. So I applaud the committee's efforts as they work on these issues and develop programs to combat and provide solutions to combat these important issues. So on behalf of the Riverside County Juvenile Court, I would like to say thank you again for all that you do, and congratulations on some very well-deserved awards this afternoon. I look forward to our continued working relationship as we serve the youth here in Riverside County. So Chris, thank you very much for the invitation today. It's a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to seeing these folks receive their awards today. Thank you very much.
We thank Judge Peterson for his kind comments, and especially for taking the time from vacation and his busy calendar to join us today. Now, to guide you through our awards presentations today, let me reintroduce Commissioner Bowen Tremblay.
Thank you and good afternoon. So today I would like to introduce our first presenter for the Legacy Award, and it is Miss Commissioner Laurel Cook. If you don't mind coming up here.
Thank you. I'd like for Mr. Bob Lippert to come to the podium, please. This award celebrates excellence in an individual who seldom is recognized for their achievements. Going over and above to reach the goals of the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission and positively impact his community and youth in Riverside County. Bob, this award is for you. To share some background, Mr. Lippert is a veteran, U.S. Naval Reserve, 1953 to 1961. Old? Mr. Lippert is educated. He has a bachelor's degree from San Francisco State, a master's from the University of Chicago, in social service administration. Mr. Lippert is also a professional. His primary focus in his career was in residential treatment centers for emotionally disturbed adolescents or abused younger children. From 1971 to 1981, he was the executive director for Boys and Girls Aid Society in San Diego. In 1981 to 1996, he was the administrator of the Village of Child Help in Beaumont. On February 2nd, 2011, Mr. Lippert was appointed to the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission. He served as a commissioner from February 2011 to June 2022. During that time, he held several positions of leadership. He was elected to the position of chair, vice chair, the inspection committee chair, and served in each of these positions several times. He spearheaded the creation and revision of inspections, the forms, and bylaws. As vice chair, he attended a workshop hosted by Sonoma County in November of 2016 for all of the California Juvenile Justice Commissions. While in the area, he also returned to a place of past employment, where he took an updated tour, Marin County Juvenile Hall, where he worked as the lead in a pilot program to establish the Family Rehabilitation Center in 1962 to 1968. Under his leadership, mentoring, and training, the commissioners not only conducted inspections at our county juvenile detention facilities, but we expanded and reestablished the scope of inspections made to include law enforcement facilities, group homes, and his extensive knowledge provided much-needed insight for the other commissioners as they conducted the necessary inspections. As an active member of the Idlewild Rotary, Mr. Lippert invited youth from Twin Pines Ranch and later Whitech to work with the Harvest Festival and receive community service experience while also enjoying the festivities. During this time, he also found time to enjoy his passion for travel. He and his domestic partner, Pam, owned and operated Talkwitz Travel in Idlewild from 1990 to 2022. When asked, Bob said the highlight of his time on the commission was attending and participating in the Whitech planning meetings, the opening of Whitech, and the inspections of group homes. Bob, although you have retired from the commission, your contributions, your leadership, your mentoring continues to impact the work of the commission, even in your absence. Your legacy continues. We are grateful. We are humbled. Thank you.
I was told that I couldn't get away with just saying thank you, so you'll have to bear with me for a few minutes while I expound on a few things. For the younger people in our audience and the ones that are getting rewards, time goes very, very slowly. It seems like they're always waiting for something to happen. And then we get older, And as we get older, time goes faster and faster and faster. That is really a myth. Time does not change. There are always 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. So it's a myth. It does not change. But we live in a time of massive change. What is new today, what is old today was new yesterday. And the agencies that work with the children and youth in this environment are well aware of that. For instance, 12 years ago, the probation department ran Twin Pines Ranch, what's the one? The Van Horn Center, and 3 juvenile halls. Today, the probation department runs 2 juvenile halls, YTEC program, and a Pathways program. The others are all part of history. The fast-moving changes over that decade are actually remarkable. The Department of Public Social Services is also experiencing rapid change. For instance, it used to be that there were lots and lots of foster homes, and pretty much all that was expected of foster homes was to provide a loving home for children that needed it. Today, there aren't foster homes anymore, and I'll have to ask my friend Bridget Hernandez, I forget the title, Resource Family Homes. And those foster parents are now not only expected to provide food, clothing, and warmth and love, they also have to either provide or arrange for services that used to be provided by group homes and residential treatment centers. All a very remarkable change in the whole system. The Juvenile Justice Commission, in my opinion, is part of the conscience of the community. We do inspect a lot of things, the group homes, the juvenile halls, YTEC, all of these. And inspection implies somebody's going to go in and tell you what you do wrong. Well, we do that, but we also go in and look for what they're doing right and try to help them do the right more often. It was my pleasure. I did enjoy my 11 plus years on the commission, and I am thankful for this award. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
So our next award is Service Above Self. It's presented to first responders who have made a significant impact on the lives of youth in Riverside County. Our chairman, Christopher Collopy, will present this award.
As Tiara mentioned, the commission established the Service Above Self Award to recognize first responders who in a particular incident have provided a level of exceptional compassion and care to the youth in the county. Presenting the award to our honoree this year was delayed a bit by COVID, but let me provide this background for a story that, as it unfolded, soon would ricochet around the world. Corporal Anthony Collopy of the Paris station was ending a long graveyard shift when he was dispatched to respond to a call from a runaway youth. Corporal Collopy's thinking was that this would be a relatively quick call, as in that most runaway youth calls for service result in returning the youth to his or her home. As most of you know from news reports, the runaway youth was Jordan Turpin. And Corporal Collopy's intuition and trust with what he was hearing from this youth ultimately led to uncovering a horrific scene of abuse and neglect affecting the lives of 13 children. The body cam footage clearly showed a corporal who was patient, compassionate, and understanding with a terrified young woman who was intent on helping her siblings. For that interaction and Corporal Collopy's commitment to the youth of the county, and on behalf of our commission, I am proud to present him with the Service Above Self Award. Congratulations. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Collopy. To the Commission, I'm extremely grateful for this award and recognition regarding my involvement in the Turpin investigation. I've been awarded by the Sheriff's Department, nationally recognized on TV, now awarded by the Commission. But above all else, the most rewarding feeling was ultimately helping Jordan Turpin and her siblings. When I think about this case, which is very often, it reminds me why I wanted a career in law enforcement, to serve the community and to help others. It's what keeps me coming back, what I strive for, the rewarding feeling of helping. I think my humble beginnings in Blythe, I patrolled out of the Blythe station for 6 years before transferring to the busy Paris station, just 2 months before the Turpin investigation. Blythe did not prepare me for the call to call police work and the chaotic nights of Paris. But Blythe did prepare me for this one particular call. The slower pace of Blythe taught me patience and to conduct thorough investigations. Because of this, it made me listen to Jordan Turpin and not disregard any bizarre claims, which can easily be done in law enforcement. I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure God put me in Paris to save this family. Paris was not even a station listed on my transfer request when I planned to leave the desert. The night before the Turpin investigation is a night I would never forget. The shift started with volunteers and deputies being shot at. We were short-staffed that night in Paris. I responded to robberies and assaults. It was an extremely busy night. Finally, 5 in the morning came around. Me and my partner were able to finally park next to each other and relax. Moments later, Jordan called 911. When Jordan called 911, I just so happened to look at my patrol car's computer and saw that her call was generated. Had I waited another minute, the call would have been dispatched to another deputy, as I was assigned to patrol another area that night. Something told me, take that call. It's a call I'm glad I took, and I believe that call was meant for me. I continue to pray for the recovery of the Turpin siblings, and I wish them all the best. Thank you again.
To present our next award, it is my honor to introduce the newly appointed Chief Probation Officer Christopher H. Wright, who will present the Juvenile Justice Public and Private Partnership Award.
And because I'm new, I'm going to break the rules a little bit. So honestly, my speech is a little bit different, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Christopher H. Wright, Chief of Probation of the Riverside County Probation Department. It is an honor to say a few words before all of you today in celebration of some great award winners and also to highlight the great collaboration we have here in Riverside County. Since 2008, I've had the personal privilege to work directly with the Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention Committee in presenting these annual awards, and it's always been a pleasure. Throughout the years, this committee continues to support and be a great partner in servicing the youth of this great county. On behalf of the entire probation department, we would like to personally thank you for hosting this ceremony today. The partnership we continue is shared, it's based upon support, hard work, dedication, collaboration between our department and the JJDPC. As the newly appointed chief, I am committing to expanding that relationship, and I promise the invites will be plentiful as we seek to provide the juveniles in Riverside County the proper services where there is a need. We have a lot of work to do, and this ceremony highlights those unsung heroes who continue to unselfishly serve our youth. With that said, I am proud to bring to the podium Chief Deputy of Institutional Services, Elisa Judy, to announce the Juvenile Justice Public and Private Partnership Award winner. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to call up Dr. Tam Alexander. So I'm grateful to Chief Wright for giving me the opportunity to present the Public and Private Partnership Award to the Dale Flower Law Mediation Clinic of Chapman University, and really to co-director Dr. Tam and Ms. Johns, who can't be with us today. Really to kind of just give you a brief overview of what Chapman is providing to our 3 institutions that we have for detained youth in our county is one, sometimes the reason that our youth come to us is because they don't know how to resolve conflict in the community on their own. And so Dr. Tam, through her work and the students in the law clinic, teaching them skills inside our detention and treatment facilities on how to resolve conflict in meaningful ways. Yet sometimes those things are not internalized by our youth all the time. So sometimes through Dr. Tam's work, again, we have a restorative justice piece. So that restorative justice piece teaches us how do we restore that sense of community? How do we get back on the right foot, right? Because many of us that have families, not every day is perfect inside our homes, right? But we want to create a good homeostasis. Beyond the program piece, many of us know that it's great programs are wonderful, but it's also those relationships that make a difference. And so through Dr. Tam's work, she has truly partnered with the Riverside County Probation Department in our times of need. When we've had issues or things come about where we're like, you know what, we need a different perspective on this. She is right there and always willing to help us, give us that, teach us as staff different language to use. It's very incumbent on us to want to say, you know what, we want you to do better. She's taught us, you know what? It's about the outcome you're looking for. It's not about doing it better, it's doing it differently. And so I appreciate Dr. Tam, the work that she's done, and thank you for representing Chapman University.
Oh, I have to give a speech. I'm honored to the commission. Thank you so much to all of the hard workers who do the hard work. These kids are so worth it, and that's what we do. We are invested in these kids, and we're invested in our partners. And I think I saw Daniel. I see Daniel here, and I see Mike here. Rachel, and is Monica? There you go. And we couldn't do the work without all of you and with Miss Judy. We're truly honored. Thank you so much.
And here you go. Oh my goodness. And here you go. Oh
my goodness, thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor.
I would like to introduce Vice Chair Mike Malsed to present the Community Delinquent Prevention Award.
One thing I'd like to note is that these awards are nominated by you. So if you know an organization or a community-based organization or agency that is doing good work for our children, for our juveniles, please make sure to nominate them. Please make sure that we know so that we can recognize them. This award is designed to recognize agencies or community-based organizations that have made a significant impact in the lives of young people in the county. We're pleased to present our award to 3 deserving winners. I'll call them up one at a time. First organization is Boxing for Christ. Accepting the award is Ms. Sonia Ramos, the founder. Boxing for Christ, and you can come up. Are you here? There you are. Boxing for Christ provides a safe and welcoming environment for youth in the San Jacinto Valley and beyond, with a unique approach to equitable athletics for children in undervalued communities. Their mission is to promote and provide a safe haven and healthy environment for our youth and young adults. Along with teaching our students self-defense discipline and self-esteem,
Boxing for Christ provides an outlet for our youth to release aggression in a healthy way, along with life skills to help them in their future to be productive members of the community.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody. This award, out of all the ones I ever, it means a lot to me. I used to be a kid, you know, getting in trouble, going to jail. Same thing with my son. And for us to be out here, making a difference, changing lives, when we used to be the problem, it's amazing. And to work together with our city, both of them, and Saboba, to just have our back, it really means a lot to us. I really appreciate this award. I would like my son to say something, because he went from being in a prison, in jail, to taking these kids to be champions. So he really is turning them from challenges into champions. And I would like him to speak on that.
Hello, guys. I'm her son, Coach David. Like I told her, I'm not really used to none of this. I'm used to just yelling for 30 seconds because that's all I got. So I'm not good with speeches. I'm just good with instructions. But thank you guys for the award.
Our second award is to the Murrieta Police Department Explorer Post 1992. I believe that's... The Murrieta Police Explorer program was designed to provide educational training for young adults on the purposes, mission, and objectives of law enforcement. The program provides career orientation experiences, leadership opportunities, and community service activities. There have been several explorers from this program that have gone off to start careers in law enforcement, 4 with this agency, and several others have gone off to join different branches of the military. Joe Gutierrez, is that?
No, he's our sergeant.
He's your boss.
I'll speak on his behalf. You won't like it. I'm Officer Byrne. I'm one of the advisors for Explorers. Police Department, Murrieta Police Department's had an Explorer program since 1992, when the police department established. We're sitting about 15 Explorers right now. They do great work. We meet every Wednesday, and from 5 to 8:30, but they do more than that. They're out in the community, being a partner with the community. They've just offered to volunteer their time on Thursdays to be a part of the youth court. So they're doing a lot, and it's fun to see them be recognized. Thank you.
You guys wait. And our third is to the Corona-Norco Unified School District and the City of Corona Police Department for their Prop 47 program. They know who they are, so they're coming up. Steve Ellis, Assistant Administrative Director of Student Safety, and Lieutenant Jason Perez, City of Corona Police Department. CNUSD and CPD's Prop 47 program is a partnership between CNUSD, CPD, Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Inland Empire, and Hathaway Sycamores to offer counseling, rehab services, job training, foster youth services, mentoring of first-time offenders. The program has 3 clearly stated goals. 1 is to reduce the number of chronic juvenile offenders. 2 is to divert nonviolent juvenile offenders from juvenile correction institutions. And 3 is to improve academic performance and employment opportunities for juvenile offenders. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I guess that's me then. I'm Sergeant John Healy with the Corona Police Department. Just on behalf of the Corona Police Department and the Corona-Norco Unified School District, we are proud to receive this award for our Prop 47 program. It wasn't an easy start. The program actually started during COVID, so it was sort of a learning curve during that time. But once the program actually did start moving forward, with referrals. We were able to work with our clients and work with our community-based partners to help the juveniles in our community, stay out of the juvenile justice system. And that was really the main goal of it. And we've done a wonderful job. We've had a 3-year grant. We just got renewed for another 3 years. So we're going to continue the program and work with our community partners and the Corona Norco Unified School District, to keep juveniles and the youth out of the system. And that's our goal. So thank you very much, again, from the Corona Police Department and the Corona Norco Unified School District.
The Bert R. Van Horn Memorial Award is presented annually by each of the institutions to honor individuals who have gone above and beyond to serve the youth in their care. I would like to introduce presenter Daniel Castaneda to present this award.
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Castaneda, and I'm a Division Director for the Riverside County Probation Department at Southwest Juvenile Hall. Southwest Juvenile Hall Probation Corrections Officer 2, Erin Bonilla, was selected by her peers and supervisors to receive this Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention Commission Bert R. Van Horn Award, and I can't think of anyone more deserving. Erin, can you come up, please? Erin is truly a rock star, and her dedication and compassion are evident each and every day. In 8 short years, or I think they've been short, she has demonstrated a willingness to listen and learn, and has become a subject matter expert in many different areas of the facility. These areas include working with our difficult and challenging youth, being assigned to central control, and also as an expert as our intake officer. She recently was selected to participate in testing and validating our new client management system, and she was commended for her attention to detail and professionalism. Her infectious smile, teamwork mentality, and willingness to do whatever is necessary to succeed is what sets her apart. As I was reading the JJDPC mission statement on the second to last page, I couldn't help but notice 4 words that describe Ms. Bonilla. They are credibility, dignity, fairness, and respect. These traits she exemplifies each and every day, and I see it as I go through the units and talk to her. We are truly lucky to have Erin as one of our amazing employees. For the reasons mentioned and many, many more, it gives me great honor and pleasure to award Erin Bonilla as Southwest Juvenile Hall's Bert R. Van Horn Memorial Award. Thank you. Negotiating up here.
Thank you. I would like to introduce Para Jaime to introduce the Probation Officer Award, honoring those whose exemplary service to youth of the county stands as a model to their peers.
She did well with my name. It's Patty, but you did well. Honorable Judge Peterson, honorable members, chief deputies, dignitaries, families, and friends. This moment is about Deputy Probation Officer Brittany Hill. Come on up. Brittany oversees a wraparound caseload. Wraparound is a demanding assignment working with youth who have extensive needs and require intensive supervision, intervention, and case management. This program targets probation youth who either qualify for out-of-home placement or warrant intensive intervention based upon escalating delinquency. Brittany's caseload consists of clients that have committed serious offenses and provide a unique set of challenges due to behavioral health issues faced by the client, along with family instability at times. The nature of the wraparound caseload requires Brittany to constantly prioritize tasks and take swift actions in resolving urgent and rapidly developing matters involving youth, families, and collaborative partners. Brittany is well organized and does an excellent job managing her caseload. She has a genuine interest in working with juveniles and ensuring that she does all in her power to provide them with opportunities to complete the treatment goals set with them. Brittany has had several families compliment her and all that she has done for them. They seem to trust and appreciate her working with them. Brittany is a reliable leader within our department. Her work is providing attainable expectations of success for the youth and families she serves. As such, I'm honored to present the Probation Officer Award to Brittany. Ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Probation Officer Brittany Hill.
I just want to thank the commission, my department, and most importantly, to my wraparound team that helped me with everything that I do.
I would like to introduce our next presenter, Rachel Leitenberg, to introduce the Bert Van Horn Memorial Award.
Good afternoon. I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing Maria Soto, our probation specialist from YTech. I will be representing the nomination that was provided by Assistant Director Mike Villalba, and then if I could have some latitude, some comments from her new management team, Assistant Director Todd Huff and myself. So we had the distinct pleasure of having Maria join our ranks in 2016. She came to us through Riverside Juvenile Hall as a probation assistant and then was promoted to probation specialist over at our Alan M. Krogan Youth Treatment and Education Center. If I could use an analogy to depict what it is that Maria does every day, she's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. If you needed that, she's got it in her pocket, or she's willing to go and help with it. Mr. Villalba wants you to know he appreciates it, and so do I. All that you do every day to assist the youth that are under our care, although you may not provide direct supervision and case management of those clients, everything you do every day in support of them is changing their life. And we couldn't be more thankful for the teamwork that you show. Maria is a part of ensuring that our treatment teams happen. So all the communication that happens amongst the professionals providing direct care, that she coordinates all of us, and sometimes that can be like herding cats. I imagine that some of you may know that. So that can be quite a task. She makes sure that she communicates directly with all of us exactly what happened in that meeting so we can make sure that we have continuity of care. Maria also assists with coordinating all of our off-campus activities. That includes any kind of family reunification with the youth's family, or also just activities and outings that are part of the incentive program at YTech. She exemplifies the department's core values, and when Mike thought of some words to describe you, he said that you've got tremendous honesty, empathy, and respect, that your drive for excellence is evident in your everyday work, and that you always maintain an optimistic attitude. I also want to include Ms. Soto in our remarks as the new management team. As you imagine, the learning curve in taking over a facility can be pretty high, and maybe the least expected place for training to come is from a probation specialist. But I just want to tell you, I appreciate that every time you bring me a piece of paper to sign, you field my 1,000 questions about how did we get to this point, what happened, and it just shows how much pride you take in knowing your job so well. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you for being the person we can go to for any other duty as assigned. I asked Maria, is this the assignment she thought it would be? And she shook her head no. And I imagine because it has become very expansive because of the tremendous skill that you show. So without further ado, Maria, if you'll come join us in celebrating you.
I just want to say thank you, and I'm honored to receive this award. Thank you to YTech and the department. Thank you.
I would like to introduce our next prisoner, who is Johnny Ortega, to introduce the Bert R. Van Horn Memorial Award.
I invited Mike Brinkman. He's the division director for Indio Juvenile Hall.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnny Ortega. I'm the food service manager that oversees the kitchens, the three facilities, YTech and Indio Juvenile Hall and Southwest Juvenile Hall. So for Indio Juvenile Hall, we are pleased to announce the winner of the 2023 Bert R. Van Horn Memorial Award to Senior Correctional Cook Christina Cabanillas. Can you come on up? So Christina's been in our department since 2021, and so when she got here as a correctional cook, she hit the ground running. It has just been a pleasure to see her develop. She had a lot of skills. She not only can cook, she can lead, but it's just all the work, the day in, all the efforts that you do and for the youth in the facility. You just have a huge impact every day you come in with that smile. It's just amazing when you have it naturally. You don't say good morning and you just do it because that's your heart. That's exactly how Christina is. And so your knowledge, leadership in the kitchen has ensured that not only Indio Juvenile Hall, the kitchen, but for the youth standards in the facility, the food quality, you are always making sure that the operations are going as they should. The past 3 years with COVID has been an extreme challenge for getting food products, supplies. How do we do that? Well, you do it by finding a way, and that's exactly what you've done each and every day. So with the other, in addition to what you're doing is that you're dedicated, it's evident you go above and beyond in the call of the duty, and even doing the surveys for the youth, having their voice a part of our menu development. And then the changes of the menu accordingly as the regulations state. During the last few months, Christina has also been covering a supervisory position. She's an acting supervisor. She's finding the time to not only train her staff, mentor the entire kitchen with the help of her correctional cooks, but she's always available. You're ready to help whenever there's a hand that's needed. Christina is always doing everything she can with a positive attitude and mindset, and your contributions are very appreciated here at Indio Juvenile Hall, and we congratulate you on receiving this well-deserved award. Sorry.
Get a picture in a second. I do want to say, as director of Indio Juvenile Hall, I consider the kitchen to be the most important place in the building. And what Christina's done the last few years has really brought the whole facility together. And I really want to thank her for the job she does. Thank you.
I would just like to say that I am truly in awe and I truly appreciate being chosen for this award. It is a tremendous honor and thank you so much.
I would like to introduce Commissioner Laurel Cook to introduce the Special Recognition Probation Officer Award.
I'm looking for Christina Castro. Crystal? Okay. Gabby Hernandez. She's not here either? Okay, well, Gabby was selected for this because of her, the way that she handles her in and out of custody intakes. She would be intake officer at the Desert Division. She had processed in 2022 182 non-mandatory referrals and diverted 160 of those referrals from the system. Only a very small percentage returned, and they credit her ability to connect with the clients, the offender, the parents, in terms that they can understand. She showed empathy and yet was firm when describing consequences of continued delinquent behavior. And for that, she was selected for this recognition.
So for our next award, I would like to introduce our presenter, Commissioner Paul Parker, to introduce the Starfish Award.
Thank you very much. You know, each month the commission meets. Quarterly, we meet with a big group, and I've got to tell you, if you look around you, you'll see what I learn every month, and that there's a tremendous amount of energy and love and professionalism that goes to the care and upkeep of the juveniles that are in the Riverside County system. Where are you, Jennifer? As she makes her way up here, I'll tell you, she attends our meetings, both monthly and quarterly, and I ask a lot of questions, and I'm almost positive that she's never rolled her eyes into the back of her head. She always gives me answers, so thank you very much. The Starfish story. One day a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking something up and gently throwing it into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "What are you doing?" The child replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide is going. If I don't throw them back, they will die." "Son," the man said, "don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and hundreds of starfish? You can't possibly make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it back into the surf. And he smiled at the man and said, "I made a difference for that one." That's the heart of the Starfish Award that we're presenting to Jennifer today. The commission voted unanimously to present this award to Jennifer Koppler, Deputy Director of the Children's Services Division, DPSS, for her tireless efforts to provide the commission with targeted data that has aided us the commission in focusing its work. Jennifer has significant, unparalleled, and consistent transparency into the service provided to the children of this county. For that, we thank her for her dedication and commitment with this award.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Parker. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of the Children's Services Division, and I'm so proud to sit alongside and partner with the Commission and with probation and with so many agencies that come to the table with creative services for our youth in care. They're coming into care with so many different complex needs these days, and it really takes all of us. It takes all of us to partner, and we're doing so, and we're making progress, and so we are all saving that one and doing what we can, where we can, and continuing in that pursuit. So thank you very much.
Our next award is the Caregiver of the Year recipient award. I am honored to introduce Bridget Hernandez, Assistant Director of Children's Services Division, to present this award.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Commission for bringing us all together to celebrate the many people that support our children and youth in Riverside County. It really does take a village. Today, I have the privilege and honor to thank our caregivers who support our children that are in foster care. This month is National Foster Care Awareness Month, and the theme for this year is strengthening minds and uplifting families. The theme speaks to the need for us to take a holistic and culturally responsive approach to supporting the needs of our children and youth that have been abused or neglected. In Riverside County, we have approximately 3,400 children in out-of-home care, and about 75% of those children are placed in homes like the families that you're going to see here today. Thank you to our kinship and foster parents who care for our children during their time of greatest need. We cannot do this work without you. We're very grateful and honored that you walk alongside us as partners. Before I bring up our individual awardees, I would like for us to show a video that will allow you to see a little bit into their hearts and why they do this work every day. And I know this may be the first time you all see this, so you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
I'm Angel Castillo. This is my wife, Gabriela Castillo.
My name is Nijana Delchev. The people call me Gina.
I'm Erica Ruiz Pennington. And I'm Jessica Ruiz Pennington.
My name is Tiny Marie Buck, and I am a foster parent.
We've been foster parents for 2 years.
I'm doing the foster care for around 3 years. Over this time, I have about 40 kids came to my house.
We've had 3 permanent placements, 6 or 7 other kids too, so those are shorter term stays.
I've had an approximate 41 kids over the 10-year time frame.
We have 5 kids. We got them when they were 12 till 6 years old. The youngest is 6.
That we're brothers and sisters.
And I didn't want to break the kids apart. So that's why we took them all 5.
At the moment, I have a 11 years old boy.
Now I have two sisters. I've had them for going on 9 months.
I see a lot of children just wanting to be loved. Even just a couple, if we could support them and give them that safe space where they feel like somebody believes in them, you know?
As someone who's been 25 years in education, I feel is nothing more rewarded than see a child grow and thrive in your care.
I was a foster child before. I was an assistant for 1 year.
We both came from broken homes. I am unable to have children of my own. Always wanted to have children. And one day, my wife asked me if it would be okay if we foster children. And I looked at our lives and how much we have to offer, and I said, yeah, let's do it.
My husband and I, we were opening up an adult care home in memory of my mom. Unfortunately, my husband became ill. After he passed away, I decided I still wanted to do something to help the community, to give back. And that is when I decided to become a foster parent. And here I am today, 10 years later.
My wife was crying when she was telling me the story. They had never been in school. They didn't know their alphabet. They couldn't read or write. They didn't know any form of math. They were malnourished.
When she came to us, until that point, she really had lived just in survival mode in their situation.
When he came to my house, the big things for him is that he doesn't want to go to the school.
With the oldest, she's going on 3. Everything was no to her. She would not listen or anything. And over the few months that I've worked with her, there's totally a change in the right direction. She has calmed down and she has become a sweet little girl.
She has such a personality, and just to see it blossom, she just really feels like this is her home. She tells us all the time, like, not going anywhere.
When we first got him, the youngest one, he would be homesick. He would never do eye contact. He would tell his sister to tell me what he wants. Now, you cannot stop talking. He won't stop talking.
And with the baby, she was a little delayed, and she's still delayed, but now she's beginning to open up and try to learn, and it's very positive for her.
Right now, he cannot wait in the morning to get his backpack. He loves to go to the school. He doesn't miss a single day of school. He do his chores. He take a shower. Everything which was challenging before he came to my house, right now is just routine for him.
Was it 2 or 3 of the kids have already caught up to their grades? And in the last 3 years and 2 months, having never attended a formal education setting, for them to catch up is just remarkable.
Like last month or something, I already hear from the foster child say, I want to go to the college. And I was like, great.
They would always say that they were starving. We had to tell them over and over that it doesn't matter if the food runs out, we'll just go get more. And now they've learned that food will always be there for them.
She's getting so much support in the community that we've received to really just help change her whole perspective on how a child should be loved. You know, you're 6, you shouldn't have to go through that.
They felt like part of our family. They didn't feel like a foster kid. They felt like our kids.
The advice that I have for someone when it comes down to foster care is, it is one of the best things in the world to me that a person can do.
When you see the transformation of these kids, this is the best one to be a foster parent. I mean, you see a child come to your door like afraid, anxious, like insecure, and you see him, you see the young adults, how he transferred to the being like confident. It's successful young adult. This is the best thing to be a foster parent, when you see the transformation.
Open your heart. Open your heart. If you don't doubt yourself.
Let them know that someone loved them, because they can't help the situation that they are in.
You know, even if you have just an ounce of interest in your heart, like, look into it, because there's so many kids, and they deserve just as much love and care as biological children, and you know, they sometimes are that much better at giving love in return because they realize how valuable that is from the start. So
my decision to become a foster parent is one of the best things which I did in my life.
Thank you. Okay, so with that, who do we have first? Okay, Gina, I'm just gonna say Gina. I don't want to mess up your name. We met in the elevator coming in today. So we have 2 plaques for you. This one is from the commission. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Commission. And then this one is from Children's Services Division.
I'm honored to receive this award today. Thank you all. As we're speaking today, actually the little boy receiving the award Student of the Month. So as soon as I finish here, I'm gonna go be for him over there. I'm not gonna be able to do this one with my amazing team. My social worker, Gabby, and special director, Asia, who is behind my back 24/7. I just want to guys say thank you to them too. Thank you.
Next, we have Angel and Gabriela Castillo. Thank you very much. Well, we'll take a picture and then we'll have you say something. Oh, sorry.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for the recognition. Like I said, we have 5 kids. They're part of our family now. But like my other foster parents said, we couldn't do it alone. We have a team. We have Wraparound. We have the Knott's Family Agency. We have County, Riverside social worker. I'm one of those foster parents. They're calling them even on the weekends, and they're always answering my call. But thank you so much. My husband, I couldn't have done it without my husband as well.
No, she's the real superstar. So when they asked us if we wanted to, when my wife asked me if we could be foster parents, I said yes. We are very blessed. We try and do our best to love the kids. We are honored, first of all, for this award. Thank you guys very much. But we wanted to affect a positive change on these kids. I think back at my normal when I was a little kid, and like I said in the video, we came from broken homes. We're blessed now. These kids are in these situations because something went wrong, something went really bad. And so we're trying to give them a new normal. And I think we're doing pretty good.
Next, we have Erica and Jessica Pennington. Thank you again. This is on behalf of Children's Services.
I want to say thank you. It's truly a blessing for us to be up here. I want to say thank you to my family that's here supporting. When we came into foster care, one of my biggest things was it takes a village, and it really does. And when I talk about our village, and I'm sure everybody else could agree with me, it comes from home, family, educators, social workers, even our close friends, they become part of our family. I'm truly blessed to be here. I do want to make a special dedication because our placement currently, she's been with us for 8 months, and she's made a big difference in my life. This award goes to McKay. She's made me a better person. She's made our home a happier home.
Thank you. Tiny Buck is our next caregiver. I loved your video, Miss Tiny. So this is on behalf of Children's Services.
Okay, thank you.
You're going to take a picture, so I want
to. Two-handed.
Two hands.
Like carrying two kids.
Thank you. And I must say, when I first received a call telling me that I was nominated and that I was chosen as Caregiver of the Year, I called my daughter and I told her, and she said, "Okay, Mama, what type of scam is this going on?" Because I could not think, what have I done to deserve this? You know, all I do once the babies are given to me, and I specialize with babies, I love them, protect them, keep them warm, dry their little tears when they're crying, and soothe them when they have pain. So if that deserves an award, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
So for our next award, I would like to introduce Commissioner Dr. Charles Tremblay to present Probation Corrections Officer Ryan Santana Special Recognition Award.
Well, this award is very special. And I'd like to call up Haley and her son, who is the family members of Ryan Santana. Hi, it's Aiden, right? This is Haley and Aiden, and we wanted them to join us up here because this is a award that is a memorial for her husband and his father, PCO Ryan Santana, who tragically lost his life due to COVID. And so I think this award is really a great honor to receive because it really is a memorial of one of our heroes in the county. I'd like to call up now Daniel Castaneda, our recipient. So I brought to the attention of the commission Daniel after doing an inspection of the Southwest Juvenile Hall. It was my first time as a new commissioner, and he was so gracious and so prepared, very patient in understanding that we as new commissioners were not very well versed necessarily in all the aspects that we need to look at. And I understand that he's inspected constantly by different organizations and probably can be a little frustrating. But he did such a great job and taught me so much. It wasn't just that, it was that, I saw that he fosters an environment of respect, cooperation, teamwork. He empowers his staff to be creative and compassionate. And he himself is not an administrator that's in the office. You could tell that he knows each of these youth personally. He knew their stories, he had a personal relationship with them, and I think that his position is one of the most important in our community, that he's dealing with a very vulnerable population, and does it in a way that I thought was extremely impressive and commendable. So I wanted to nominate him and offer him this very special recognition. And I'm going to ask the family here to give the award to Mr. Daniel Castaneda, who is most deserving.
To our left.
Here, why don't you go in the middle?
First off, can we give a huge thanks to the commission for all that they've done here today, for their countless volunteer hours, their thorough inspections, and also for these awards today. So I am truly honored and humbled to be receiving this award today, and especially after it's named after late probation corrections officer Ryan Santana. I had the privilege of working with Ryan, and like him, for the last 22 years, I've strived to approach each and every day with a positive attitude, desire to learn, and a servant attitude. I strongly believe that it takes a village, as we've heard many, many times today, to make a difference, and no one can do it alone. As we celebrate today, just a few of our amazing staff, countless collateral partners, and community-based organizations like Chapman Mediation, California Family Life Center, Kids in Conflict, Boxing for Christ, and many others, and our caregivers as well. This award is for all of you. You know, it means so much to me for Ryan's wife, Haley, and for Aiden to be here today, and to receive this special recognition award. Lastly, you know, it truly makes my heart smile to see that the hard work and dedication is paying off. You know, to hear Eva's story, you know, she's smiling back there on the left side. You know, I had the privilege of working with Eva multiple times at the YTech facility, and to see her grow, and even though she was a challenge in the beginning, to see her make strides and ultimately to see her doing well, nursing school, and to be awarded here today, it truly shows that all of the work that we're doing is paying off. Thank you guys very much.
I would like to also commend Daniel for his suit and haircut choices. I think that's...
That would be me 3. I'd like to take a minute and recognize our musicians today. They provided terrific entertainment prior to the event starting, and it was certainly a moving rendition of the national anthem. So, I'd also like to take a minute in your program. There's a list of our former commissioners who have retired, several of whom are here today. Commissioner Lippert, who received an award earlier today. I think I saw Commissioner Hunneman here not long ago. So, thank you all for your commitment to the commission, and we're ready to welcome you back anytime. We're also very fortunate to have a full-time executive assistant to support the commission's work. And I think you would have to see the breadth and scope of the inspections and what goes into that and what the output is ultimately to know how much work actually our executive assistants do for us. They should actually be awarded a Purple Heart just for having to work with me on a daily basis. But I want to thank our immediate past executive assistant, Kathy Peisch, who's here today, and especially our current assistant, Cynthia McGill, who has worked incredibly hard over the last month to prepare for this event. Before we close, I wanted to take a moment and thank each of you for your collaboration and your support of the Commission's work, and most importantly, for what you do every day, the difference that you make. To quote Bernard Metzler, "There is no better exercise for your heart than to reach down and help lift someone else up." Thank you all for being here. Good afternoon.